Hey guys, Andrea from Thinkific here. Today we're going to be talking about how to use Instagram to promote your online course. Stick around. Alright, so we get questions every single day about how do you best promote your course. And there are tons of free ways that you're going to be able to promote your course to make sure that you engage your users and attract more and more users every single day. So today we're going to talk about Instagram. We've talked a lot about Facebook, but Instagram, especially if you have a course that has very visual content. So maybe you're teaching about cooking or about exercise or about, flying drones. All of this content has the potential to be really good in a visual social media platform like Instagram. So today we're going to talk about tips and tricks for you to be able to grow your audience on Instagram and make sure that that audience is being driven back to your online course so that you can be making some money as well. And then we're going to be jumping in and showing you 2 examples of users on Thinkific with really good Instagram accounts so you can learn from what they're doing and apply it to your courses also. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is create great content. Instagram is all about wonderful content. We always say content is king on Instagram, and especially for Instagram, it's visual content that's really going to make you stand out. So you might say, I don't know, maybe I don't really have a visual course. I'm teaching something about workouts, and maybe to me that's not a really visual course. The tip I want to give you is to be able to look at your course about not what you're selling, but what you can be producing. And GoPro does a terrific job at that. If you end up going to GoPro's Instagram account, you'll be able to see they don't really take images of, hey, here's the actual product I'm selling and here's the camera you can buy, which could be the equivalent to your course. But at the end, they say, what can you do with a GoPro? They show amazing footage that you can get and the result of using their product. And that's exactly what you can do as well. You can take your course content and start flipping it into different visuals. So again, if you're in an exercise field, for example, maybe you show different shots of hikes that you're able to do once you achieve your kind of workout goals. Or think about being able to actually take a small little video teaser of an actual exercise that you're training. We have course creators doing hula hoop exercising on Thinkific. To be able to do a really short video on Instagram, Instagram takes videos, you'd be able to do a video and show a move that you're going to be teaching in a later course. So great opportunity for you to do there, but just dive in and think about content that's exciting. And you don't always have to make that content by yourself, absolutely not. Once you build a following, you'd be able to jump out and start curating that content back from your users. So you can create contests, you can create hashtags and say, hashtag my workout, and maybe you're going to curate comments back from all your other users about what kind of workouts they're doing or what kind of hikes they were able to achieve on the weekend. So start curating information back from your users as well. That will really help you make sure that you're filling that content. Also, when in doubt, motivational quotes work wonderfully on Instagram. So if you're kind of feeling like you don't really know what to do, you've done a lot of videos and images of other content, throw in some motivational quotes. We've done one specifically. Your knowledge and experience is worth more than you realize. And it worked out so well on our Instagram feed. You can always check out our own Instagram account as well. So it's just Instagram and then Thinkific is our handle. So you'll be able to check that out. But those kind of quotes is really the foundation of where Instagram came about. People love sharing those. And I'll show you a little bit later on how you can use posts like that to engage other users as well. But make sure you're just creating really cool, fun content. And if you have any questions about what you want to create, message us or leave a comment on this video and we can talk through some of the ideas to create really good, engaging content for yourself. Okay, so now that you've created all this really cool content, you want to make sure that you're releasing it out to your users on kind of a regular basis. You want that expectation to be laid down so you don't bombard them with 10 different images and then disappear for 2 weeks. There are tools that can help you. Latergram, which has now been rebranded to Later, can absolutely help you. So search them, and they are just a scheduling program that can allow you to schedule out when your Instagram post would be put out. We use it, so I hope that you use it as well, and you'll be able to save tons of time and not be sitting behind your computer all day long making sure your Instagram account is up and ready and getting tons of followers. So the point of Instagram is not just engaging users you have, but as a smart business person, you want to be able to start getting more and more users into your account, which is then going to be flowing into your course. That's the goal here, is to be getting people, new users, into your course. So how do you attract new users? One great tip is to be able to use hashtags. I'm sure you've heard of hashtags before. If you haven't, it's a way to be able to categorize the content that you're using and people are able to find it. It's not just a Twitter thing, so make sure that if you have experience using hashtags on Twitter, make sure you bring that into Instagram. Now, what we suggest is in an Instagram post, put the picture up and create kind of a caption for your image, but don't put all your hashtags right there because they're gonna really take up a brunt of that information. That room is gonna look quite cluttered. So what you should do is create your image and then add a comment to your own post. So I put up an image of a motivational quote, for example, and then right after it, I can put a comment on it that says all the different hashtags. And I can put 5 or 10 different hashtags of categories that post would fit under. So users in your industry who are searching all these other categories can find you and stumble across you, and you'll be able to attract more users. And make sure you're using hashtags that are popular in your industry. You can do searches all over about different ways of finding out which hashtags work well. You can test hashtags yourself, and you can do a search as to which ones are the most popular so that you're in the feeds of users that are already searching for your content. So make sure you use those hashtags and make sure you categorize your posts so that they get found. Now, another great thing to do is to be able to follow other users on Instagram. It really is, at the end of the day, a social network. So you're able to go on and follow other users and make comments on those users' posts. So when you're making comments, all those other users who are following the influencer that you're following will see your comments, and they might say, oh, that was a really insightful, cool comment. I'll click see what's going on with you, and then you can start attracting more followers as well. So go out there, follow different influencers in your industry, and make sure you're doing a lot of commenting on their posts as well to attract more users to yourself. You don't want to just have an Instagram account just for the sake of having an Instagram account. You want to have an Instagram account to drive traffic, as we were talking about, back to your online course. But how do you do that in kind of this really tight social network? You aren't allowed to actually create links on your actual post. So when you're creating a new video or a new image, you can't put a link right there. So what you can do really strategically is put a really strong call to action in your bio. So typically in our bio, we write a little bit, like a half sentence about what we are and what we do, but make sure you put a CTA in there about where people can go to find more information. If you're doing a promotion, you can change that bio frequently to be able to drive people to new places, which is one option. But make sure, at least at the minimum, you're driving them to a blog or hopefully to your online course to be able to grab some more content from you. Okay, so if you now have a really strong call to action in your bio, you can still put calls to actions on your actual posts to make sure that action is still being taken. They don't have to be clickable, but they can still drive action within Instagram, for example. So one thing you could do is, let's say the quote I had, which is, your knowledge is more appreciated than you really think. You could maybe add to that, tag 3 friends that you think are doing incredible things this week, or tag 4 friends that you think are blowing it out of the water in their industry. And you can start creating some action around the images, and by tagging friends, you're gonna make sure that that image is being shared amongst other users and really growing your following. So make sure you have a really big call to action in your bio, but also on every photo, you're trying to drive some action so it's not just sitting stagnant and taking action to drive money to your online course. So you might be wanting to see how this actually plays out in practice. So in the next video, I'm actually going to show you 2 examples of Thinkific course creators who are using Instagram to drive traffic to their online course. I just can't speak. Oh, my blooper reel is going to be good. Sweet, so now you want to be able... I don't know where that came from. I shouldn't have had coffee.